the question often comes up, what is important to know about a wrongful death claim in Arizona? It's a common and very important question for a surviving spouse, father, mother, close relative. And we had that question posed recently to one of our attorneys, and this is how our attorney responded. It was a situation involving a couple that had lived together and had never, at least in Arizona, gotten married. And so the reason that it's important that someone calls our office and gets the right analysis is because if they had lived in Arizona their entire life, the attorney advised, which wasn't the case, the attorney advised them that even though that person they had lived with and had several children together and everyone considered them married in Arizona, that I guess you'd say live-in lover had no rights for recovery. However, in that particular case, they had lived in another state for the required years that they were considered married in that state, and then when they moved to Arizona, we could use that, and the spouse was able to recover for the loss of the father of her children, and so that made a big difference. So those kind of issues are not simple. That's why you need to call and talk to one of our attorneys and let them analyze your case, and then they can tell you what rights you may have. Now, even in a case where a spouse isn't married, as the attorney explained, there still can be rights as the, let's say, mother to the children, if they're young children. And you have to have special protection for the children with setting up protective conservatorship and protecting their money and things like that. But we can, one of our attorneys can explain all that. But that's kind of down the road. I mean, you need to be aware of that. But the most important question is who is going to actually be in charge of the claim? Because you might have parents, maybe the parents didn't get along with the wife. I mean, I know that's never happened, but you and I know it does happen all the time. And so who's going to be directing the main part of the case? Call us, one of our attorneys can explain it, but as the attorney explained it in that other case, it's usually the surviving spouse if we can show that they were legally married. But what do you do in a situation where, the parents don't get along? Well, they can have their own attorney represent their interests, and we've done that before. So maybe the surviving spouse chooses one law firm and we represent the parents, or the other way around. That way we actually work together as a team, but we can keep the, let's just say, animosity or keep better feelings among the family members. And that can be very helpful, because especially in there's situations where maybe one spouse is driving, possibly got tired or something, and the car crashed, and then the other spouse was killed. And it's very common for the parents to, blame, right? And that's a very heavy guilt thing. So that's another reason why we can be helpful to analyze an accident and show, it wasn't necessarily, it's just, these kind of cases are reasons to call us and let us see how we can most help you and the surviving family members. So remember, in a situation involving the loss of a loved one, their death, wrongful death, call us, and call us early. Don't call us when now the whole family is like wanting to, I mean, blow apart. I mean, we'll get involved, but it's a lot more difficult at that point. So remember, the call is free. Information and referrals are free. It can make a huge difference to the long-term peace and tranquility of your family. So call us, because we are here for you.